Yes, people, we're back. It's never a foul, not Trafford Tunnel today. We're mixing it up because we're not just talking about Manchester United. We're going to talk about football, just football in general. And the thing is, big up everyone that stuck by us on Never a Foul because I haven't done a lot on it, like loads of football content, nor as Daps, nor as Soups. But like 100% from the summer, like I'm going to outline a plan and make sure this channel gets to where it needs to be. We're only 10 away from 2,500 subscribers. Obviously, we haven't done a show for so long. So if we could get to 2,500 today, that would be sick, even if it is tomorrow as well. So yeah, smash a like, subscribe. It's never a foul. Make sure you obviously subscribe to Man City's channel below in the description and Trafford Tunnel, where that's where I do my show with Bains normally, Haj, and the rest of the mandem. So yeah, Bains, your show yesterday, your channel. Obviously, we're back on here today, man.
Been an eventful day yesterday, innit? Eventful. Swear to God, Carlo Ancelotti got lucky yesterday. Bayern got knocked out. That's pretty much beat.
Yeah.
Ten Hag yesterday as well for us.
Ten Hag on your show, literally, like we just chatted and I just like froze. And I was like, oh my God, that happened.
Resources.
Yeah, it came through again. Big up A. And then yeah, man, it was a weird night yesterday. Like I kind of thought nothing was really gonna happen. Like a lot of people thought the Chelsea game was kind of done. Me and you didn't, because we knew the away goal rule. The Bayern one, I'll be honest, everyone expected Bayern just to walk through Villarreal, probably 2 or 3-0 and go through. And then obviously no one really expected the Ten Hag news to come out. So like we've got quite a lot to talk about, which is good. And this is why I don't Never Foul people, because we're talking just generic football, which is good to do sometimes. So big up Trafford Tunnel says, man, them talking all ball. Love to see it. Like and subscribe. So close to 2.5K. Look forward to the content in the summer again. Luka Modric, what Depeche says, Luka Modric, a real pleasure to watch this man play week in, week out. Cherish him while you can. You are not wrong, Depeche. Big up Daps. Daps is actually over in Madrid, ready to watch Atletico Madrid.
With Big Steve, innit?
With Big Steve. So big up them, man. Yeah. They flew out yesterday and they come back tomorrow. So they're not 3 nights. Yeah.
But I think I saw the picture. What was it, today or yesterday?
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, I can't hope they lose, but
of course you do. Let's not lie here.
You know, actually, I wanted them to lose, but now I'm thinking if they lose, Liverpool win it. So maybe I want City to win because I don't want Liverpool.
I'll be honest. I think a Premier League club wins it no matter what. Anyway.
Yeah.
I got Liverpool to win it.
You want Liverpool to win it?
No, I said I got Liverpool to win it.
Oh yeah. I agree.
I had Liverpool to win it since the start of the season.
Yeah, and they've walked to the final now.
Very nice route.
Imagine that, like Inter, Benfica.
You know any deeper, yeah? The semi-final has Villarreal and we beat them.
Yeah, bro,
twice.
We do. We beat them twice. It's just Liverpool just get their way.
Michael Carrick, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Under Ole.
A certain Cristiano Ronaldo scored against this Villarreal super team. What can I say? What can I say?
I love that. And then you got obviously Cloud here in the comments. Sent me a picture of him on his knees yesterday after the game against Real Madrid. We're definitely going to get into that first, Cloud, so you might want to stay with us. So big up yourself.
Chelsea robbed.
Yeah. Big up Ty and Bains. Hey, Statman and Bains. Ty, love that. G Rocco, I think, is he here because... Is that the one? Is that what I'm thinking about? About what we're tweeting earlier? Yeah, that's him, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Because I know his Twitch name, but I don't know his YouTube name if he actually is him.
Yeah. Big up Umar as well, one of the real OGs. Nagelsmann hype, Emery rised. Okay, well, let's get into it, man, because we'll start with the Real Madrid Chelsea game. Because I'll be honest with you, like, forget going in. We'll go into the details of it, Baines, yeah. But like, just as a football game, how fun was that to watch? Like, the away goal rule for me, yeah. I have to say this firstly. I'm so glad it's gone. Like, there was so much 50-50-ness when that away goal rule went, and people were like, oh, it takes out the essence of, scoring away goal and how much it means. For me, football is whoever scores the most goals wins. And no matter what, yeah, 3-1 away at Chelsea, you're thinking tie done last year with the away goal rule. You're thinking Chelsea have to score 4 or 3, win 3-0. It's not happening. But to go to the Bernabeu and know that, right, we said it on your show, literally, if Chelsea are 1-0 up before the 60th minute, if Chelsea are 1-0 up before the 45-minute half-time, it's game on. It's literally game on because Real Madrid are getting nervous. Chelsea know they went there last year and won. And they just came for it. And they were brilliant last night. Like, I can't lie. I'll probably say that on the balance of it, they probably should have gone through because if you played 4 halves, they were better 3 out of the 4 halves. So yeah, what did you think about it, man? Your away goal rule, the whole game, because I just thought it was.
I think the game. I think the game would have went into extra time with the away goal rule anyway. Because it was 3-1, isn't it? Chelsea.
Yeah, it would have actually. Yeah, in hindsight. Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
What do I make of the game? Yeah, big up Rockavelli. I hate you though. What do I make of the game? I'll be honest. I think in my eyes here, Chelsea got absolutely robbed. That Marcus Alonso goal, it's a goal. It's never a handball in a million years in my eyes.
I forgot about that.
I think that how that got ruled out, I was so confused, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like in my eyes, that was criminal. Like we've seen it before, United versus Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
That was a more blatant handball.
Yeah, 100%.
And that goal stood, and this goal didn't. Baffled. Because that, in my eyes, was a perfectly good goal for Marcus Alonso. I think Chelsea, fair play to Thomas Tuchel. You lot were on to him yesterday, saying that they want a certain bold manager ahead of him, innit?
Not onto him, but I said that I would prefer Ten Hag over him, and he put on a masterclass last night. Really, I got to hold my hands up and say, like, I rate Tuchel, but it was a brilliant managerial performance from him. He got everything right from the team to the selection to the way he played the team. I think he set up on the back four, and then he played like a 4-2-2-2 kind of like with Werner and Havertz, and then he had like Loftus-Cheek and Mount kind of playing as like two wide tens, and they just overran Real Madrid. They overpressed them. The intensity was higher. Like they done a brilliant job. You couldn't go into that game and ask Chelsea to do anything different to what they did away at Real Madrid. After that spattering they suffered at Stamford Bridge, they turned it around massively. But I forgot about that red card.
See, Carlo, one lucky manager, man. I'm adamant that this guy's not good right now. I am adamant. My opinion, like I was on to Carlo before this game, even before the PSG game. This guy is so lucky right now. Because even yesterday, he waited until the 73rd minute to make a sub. I think he was to bring Camavinga on for Toni Kroos. They conceded, I think, 2 goals at that point. Marcus Alonso goal got disallowed at that point as well. Yeah. Very, very lucky. Because I'll be honest, the thing is that he won't get sacked, innit? Kind of thing. Like, it'll be very, very difficult to sack him after semi-finals in the Champions League now. Potentially you never know, you could win it. And then the league title kind of thing. But I'm sorry, man. I don't rate him.
Nah, do you know what? I've not been a fan of Ancelotti for a while. I think I even said it to you. Do you remember when I said Ancelotti left Bayern and Pep came in? Well, no, so the other way around. Pep left and Ancelotti came in, and Philip Lahm done that interview saying about how the standards have dropped, how the level of training, the intensity, the precision that they went into under Pep had gone with Ancelotti. And I just feel like Ancelotti, like, that manager, you don't want to say like Oli, like vibes manager. I don't want to say that Ancelotti's like a vibes manager.
No, however, the thing is, with Carlo, I said this.
That, like, I feel like he just lets the players kind of play with freedom, with a little bit of planning, and it just has worked for him for years, and now it's catching up with him.
The thing is, if Carlo goes down as one of the best managers football's ever seen, because what, 3 Champions Leagues, I think he is?
Yeah.
But at the same time, right now, does he compete with the most like tactical managers kind of thing? Like,
don't look at Everton. Like he was at Everton like not long ago. We've got to remember that he went to Real Madrid just because he was at Everton and they wanted him back. But really, he wasn't doing that great at Everton. I've never re-rated Ancelotti. Even when, like, even now I don't re-rate Ancelotti. Like, even when he was linked to the Man United job, I've always been like, well, why would Manchester United go with him? We need to go for a proper coach, someone who's a bit more modern now. I just feel like Ancelotti is dying in that sort of breed now. The older managers, the Mourinhos, the Ancelottis, and I feel like if Ancelotti left Madrid at the end of the season, where would he go? I don't believe that like he goes to an elite club. He would be going to sort of that category B level, like maybe back to an AC Milan, or do you
maybe get to retire,
or retire? Yeah, or potentially retire.
Like he's had an unbelievable career, but I just don't think he's cut out to manage the top side, and that's just my opinion. And funnily enough, people just say the results thing, innit?
Yeah.
And you can't really say much right now, but if you know football, if you watch football, if you watch this Real side, let's be honest, I think Man City beat them. Unless Karim Benzema produces another masterclass, which at the moment he's the best player in the world, so he easily can.
Yeah. I do think Man City go through. I think they'll overrun them. They will even create a lot of chances that Real Madrid just won't be able to stop the storm. Yesterday, like even talking about the game, like you said, Billy says Chelsea didn't get robbed. You don't know they score another even if it's given, and he wouldn't have controlled the ball if it didn't hit his hand. That question there I'll answer at the end. Static, big up for that. Any questions you're getting, I will get in. I'm sorry, but anyone who thinks Ten Hag Tuchel should stop watching football. Big up Raphael. Kante cost Chelsea. Big up Tyramano and Bains. Modric is definitely best of this era. Carrying Benzema is carrying Bumchelotti, sorry. Yeah, right. I'll get Claudio's coming up in a sec as well. With the Alonso thing as well, I'll be honest with you, Bains, because when you just touched it, obviously we drift off and stuff. Like, I get it where people are like, it hit his hand though, it hit his hand. But when I was watching it, I was a bit like, this is going to be quite harsh. The only reason I thought they would give it is because it's Real Madrid, and people always know with Real Madrid, they're always high up on the board. The people say UEFA loved them. But I feel like if that was the other way around and it was Real Madrid and it was Ferland Mendy that controlled it like that and scored against Chelsea, I don't believe, honestly, that gets turned around. I thought that was quite a harsh handball because it's not like he physically only used his hand to control it. It kind of like was half his hand, half his body.
Bobbled up to him kind of thing,
I still think he would have been in control of it. Do you know what I mean? And
the thing is, they say even like it's not like he moved his hand into a position to help him control the ball. He didn't, in my eyes. I think it's criminal kind of thing. Like, what do you want players to do with their arms? Put them, like where do you want to put them, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's in the moment, and that's why I can't really get around it. Big up Jaminho as well, long time man. Big up the people in the chat. Got a new phone. Hope you're all well. Yeah, man, we hadn't done nothing on this for a while, so I thought because I'd done a show yesterday with Bains on my one, we'll do it today on here, man, and mix it up. Claudio, big Chelsea fan, says starting Reece James at right centre back was one of the best decisions Tuchel made. Did he play right centre back?
Other than the first 15, I think.
Oh, he's right back.
Kind of got no. It was more like a. Like the thing is, Loftus-Cheek was doing.
Loftus-Cheek played on the right. Got you. Yeah, it makes sense. The threat of Vinicius was shut down massively compared to the first leg when Christensen was there. Yeah, what do you think on that one? Because I'll be honest with you, up until the last 15 minutes where you could say Reece James is a bit leggy, he's just come back from injury and stuff like that, I thought Reece James was probably Chelsea's best performer on the pitch. He was an outlet going forward. He was getting the ball into dangerous areas. And 1v1, I'll be honest with you, I really rate Vinicius, but I didn't see him have the impact that maybe Ancelotti, Real Madrid expected him to have probably at home where you expect him.
Real were poor. And they're through. Real were poor against PSG. They're through. Like that's literally it. We expected a lot better from Vinicius. I wouldn't say Vinicius was shocking. I would say it was good battle.
Trying, but nothing was really coming off.
Remember the Sancho Tomiyasu game earlier this season? When you when Sancho, I think, when you played Arsenal. When I think Sancho might have got an assist, and Tomiyasu still had a good game. Even though the goals came down his side. I think it was like that. Reece James, Vinicius, it was a very, very good battle kind of thing, isn't it? In my eyes, I think Reece James slightly edged it.
Yeah, I do.
But fair play, innit?
I think Vinicius is going to be a very, very, very good player. I see him tapping up Reece James. It looked like with that little tweet when he put like great game back to Reece James, trying to do a bit of agent Vinicius.
I do see it happening though.
Like, you can imagine Reece James going to.
No, maybe not that, but I can see Real signing an English right back. I just think he's
Carvajal's getting to near the end of his time now, isn't he?
Or he even played centre back for a bit yesterday.
Yeah.
His time is definitely coming towards an end. Depends what Real doing it. I wouldn't be surprised. You can't see Real signing Reece James, or like Reece James being a Real type player.
Yeah, I can, but I just believe because he's from the Chelsea academy through and through, and he's still quite young.
Benzema took Reece James' shirt as well.
Yeah, I don't see it for another 2-3 years. But if you said to me, could I see Trent at Madrid or Reece James at Madrid? I probably could see more Reece James. I feel like he's the type that would want to maybe explore a bit more. Look at his sister. Like his sister went to Man United and come back to Chelsea. Do you get what I mean? So
I can't lie. You never know with these Spanish clubs, innit? Because you know the way they tap up plays and stuff, innit? Like Barca are like the best. Like they get their ex-legends talking about the plays and stuff.
They do it quite cleverly. Haj, hopefully he's going to come later on, people. He just got tied up. So hopefully he is. Big up Timmy as well. He said that is the rules in terms of the handball. It's irrelevant. He moved his hand or not. He's got an advantage when it's hit his hand. It's the rules. Big up Manrick every single time. Says Martial revival under Ten Hag. Hopefully, yes, we are hoping that. Benzema tried to take James' shirt after the games as well. We'll probably sign Pedro Porro. Who did he play for?
Sporting. That's the guy that was at City before.
Okay. Sporting Lisbon, isn't it? Okay, I haven't watched much of him, so I can't say that if he's good or not. I'll never comment unless I know that he's good or not. Someone says re-sign Hakimi or go get James. Yeah, the Hakimi one will always baffle me, like why they fully got rid of.
You know, I saw a picture of Real in it, the 3-time Champions League winner Real when they won it like 3 times in a row in it. You know, Hakimi actually has won a Champions League. Did
he get a medal?
Yeah, I didn't clock, but I was looking at the pictures in it, and he actually was there.
Oh, right. But he probably just played like a little group game when they're through or something.
No, I think I looked at it. I think he played 2 games against Tottenham in the group stages.
Okay.
It's still not like it surprised me kind of thing because I completely forgot about it.
Okay, before we go into Luka Modric, because I know people in the comments have said about Modric as well, right? You know, obviously with Carlo Ancelotti, there was rumours that he could go if PSG had knocked them out of the Champions League. He obviously stayed in because obviously they knocked out PSG. Now they've knocked out Chelsea. But if they win the league and then get knocked out by Man City, do you still see him being in the dugout for them next season? Or do you think the club, even though they've got through, they're thinking like us, we've rode our luck, we haven't been good enough, they'll get rid of him and try and get another manager in?
If I was there, I'll get rid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, who else is really available that they could actually get? Like, you're looking at maybe someone like, yeah, maybe, because Poch has been linked to Real before. Who else? Well, like a Raul.
What?
Yeah, they've been linked to. That's where Raul's been linked to them before.
What is he doing there? Is he doing their B team?
I can't even remember. I thought we had this discussion today.
Oh, not with me. I didn't know that. Raul,
he's the current manager of Real Madrid Castillo.
Yes, he's the B team. Okay, okay. That's what I mean. It's limited though, isn't it? Big up, Mike.
Klopp eventually once he leaves Liverpool, you never know. Could be a target.
Yeah,
obviously that's not going to be this year kind of thing, but it's going to be what you probably say 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. What about, and then someone said here, what about an Enrique after the World Cup do a pre-contract? Would he go from playing for Barcelona though? That affiliation for me at Barcelona, I don't think he would do that. What do you think?
Yeah, Luis Enrique for me is a no kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see him doing that. People are getting on to you about Nagelsmann, but we're going to save that guy.
He's played for Real before as well, though.
Who, Enrique?
Yeah.
What year was that?
Before I was born. But like,
yeah, how old was that though? How old was? Have you got it on there? The years?
Let me search it up.
What? Oh, I think of Luis Enrique at Madrid enough. I'm not old, but I'm older.
1991 to 1996.
Right, that's why then. Okay, yeah. I was basically just born in a sense. Okay.
And then he went Barca from 1996 to 2004.
Yeah, so that's what I really remember. I definitely remember Luis Enrique there being obviously a left back and stuff. Okay. Interesting, man. But yeah, like even in Keisho saying Spanish football's a madness. It's quite funny, yeah, because do you remember when loads of people were saying like Spanish football is poor? When you look at it, they've got Villarreal, Atletico Madrid, and potentially Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League. Yeah, I get it. The draw can fall your way or whatever, but you know how people say it's the Farmers League, and then I know that, you know, Real Madrid are romping it really in the league. It's still, you know, the technical side of football always remains high. The standard is always high. So even if you think it's a Farmers League or not, technically, and actually having the ball and retaining it, and you know, these guys can play football. And even if you think they're taking a dip, they've still got a good standard. I know if you put a lot of Premier League teams up against Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, it'll be interesting to see how they fared over a 38-game season. If you pick the top 10 teams from each league, that would be so interesting. Do you know what I mean?
Xabi Alonso's not a bad shout.
Where's it? Yeah,
because he was managing Real's under 14s, I think, isn't it? At one point.
Yeah. That's quite a good shout. You know? I think he could be like the Xavi, innit?
Because I think he's at Real Sociedad, like their B team or something, or Real Sociedad.
Yeah. He is. Yeah, because I remember he was meant to take the first team job, and then obviously he took the other job, hasn't he, to sort of build himself up and get experience, which I think is vital anyway. Yeah, that's a good shout, Mike. I like that one. But yeah, let's talk about, obviously we talked about Ancelotti, Chelsea, obviously in their performance, but Luka Modric, that pass yesterday has obviously been taking the headlines. Everyone's been talking about it. Now I'm seeing comps of like people putting up other passes that like can match it. But the guy's 36, Bains, and we've seen him in the Premier League. We've seen him go to Real Madrid, and I'll be honest with you, I don't want to say he's getting better with age because obviously he doesn't control games as much as he did, say, 3-4 years ago. But he is aging like fine wine. And to pick out that pass in the 80th minute when you're 3-0 down, backs against the walls, basically heading out, I thought that pass was absolutely sensational. Like, I've watched it on replay from behind. I've watched it from side angle. There's nothing. I think it's Ruth James or Rudiger. I know Thiago Silva, sorry, it's over Thiago Silva. There's nothing he could like physically do about it. It's just happened. It's dipped. It's come over. Like, it's a 1 in a million pass. Like, when you saw it, I actually didn't realize how good the pass was until I saw the replay.
Yeah, same. You don't have to describe it, kind of thing, innit? Like, there's certain things you can't describe, you just have to see, and I think that's it, innit? Like that, not many players in world football can do it. And he's even delivering the first leg, I think it was, against Real.
Both games against Chelsea.
Against Chelsea.
Benzema, the Benzema one, where not the Vinicius one, it was the one where he didn't look and he whipped it in.
Against PSG, he was vital for one of the goals.
Yes, the one for Benzema again.
This as well, I can't lie. Now I might change this, but still, I love Toni Kroos.
Were you Kroos Modric?
Yeah, I love Toni Kroos.
No, I do, but why? Why, by the way? That's a good...
I just think stylistically, you see Toni Kroos. I've always said this. You see someone like Michael Carrick, when Michael Carrick used to hit that long ball.
Yeah.
It's just so satisfying to watch it. And with Toni Kroos, I said it, preference-wise, when Toni Kroos just makes passing, it's so easy kind of thing, innit? And I just love that kind of thing.
I love Toni Kroos. We were linked to him, and he's like that type of Michael Carrick player where he can sit deep and control it. And it's so funny because Toni Kroos, when I was younger, was actually a number 10. But
I can't lie. You see people, I think they're overdoing it with the Toni Kroos hate now. Like, people calling Toni Kroos finished and stuff, yeah? Nah, he's not finished.
No, he's not. He actually played all right last night, to be fair.
Yeah, he was all right.
He was still like pressing quite well and stuff like that. Kroos is amazing, but Modric is next level. Ali says, big up Ali. Proven baller, showed it in England and done amazing at Madrid. Trophies to back it up. Someone said Rooney was older than him, and it made me think, is he?
Yeah. You know what? Also, I saw a tweet today where it's like someone said Modric wouldn't get into any team that Rooney started in. I thought that was one of the worst footballing opinions I've ever heard.
That's a lie.
Exactly.
Wow. Of course he does. Modric is brilliant. Like, he's actually the player that when Man United signed, like, we signed Berbatov from Tottenham. If anything, I'd say Bale and Modric were the two that I'd always want from Spurs. Always wanted from Spurs. If Man United were linked to Luka Modric before he went to Real Madrid, we should have got him.
I was a bit too young to watch.
Yeah, like what year did he move to, what year did he move to Real Madrid? 2011 or something like that?
2012.
2012, there you go. See, 2011, 2012 season. Yeah. Man United were linked to him then, and that was when like Scholes was getting older. Ferguson was going into his last year that year, and we knew that we had cleverly Anderson, who I did love, but we were struggling in that department. Even Ali says, let's not even forget Dembele. What a player.
Wait, why was then when Modric signed voted one of the worst like Real signings?
Because I don't think he hit the ground running in his first couple of seasons or first season.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it was like a bit of a slow burner. And like people were like, oh, is he actually going to be like okay at Real Madrid? Is he going to struggle? Big name, different step
I thought they fully wrote him off like as soon as he signed, kind of thing, innit?
Yeah. Like the jury was out for Luka Modric quite early. And what do you know what? That's what I actually like about him. That, like, even Ali says, look, he remembers as well. He had a horrible first season. It's the fact that he was able to, recover from a bad season at Real Madrid to then go on and become this player he has, winning multiple Champions League, multiple leagues, nearly winning a World Cup with a Croatia team that, let's be honest, is quite average. When you look at what he's done, he has been a brilliant player. And the way I explain it, like you look at, nearly won the Ballon d'Or. You look at players like Modric, you look at Toni Kroos, you look at Benzema. Like, I'll be honest, Bains, I've grown up watching Real Madrid have stars, people that have come in for multi-million pounds. They last 2 or 3 years, or they last 2 years, they move on. When you actually look back at their careers, right? Benzema, a lot of people have only given him the praise now in the last year. What number 9 lasted at Real Madrid this long, over 12 years, doing his thing consistently? Yes, he had a little dip. All footballers do. Number 9 at Real Madrid, you have to be delivering. It's so much pressure. Central midfield at Real Madrid, Kroos and Modric holding it down for so long. Like, you've got to commend how good they are because no one really does that at Real Madrid. It's the hardest club to play for in terms of pressure. If you're not playing well, they'll sell you. They'll get rid of you. They'll
okay, I got a question. You think Benzema could break the most Champions League goals in one season record?
What's he on and what's the record?
I think he's on 12. The record's 17 with Ronaldo.
Yeah, he ain't doing it.
That's why I was happy Leo got knocked out.
Yeah. Well, what was Liverpool on? 12 as well?
I think Leo might have been on 13 or 14.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't like Leo should have broken it. You know the year that Bayern won the Champions League?
Yep.
It went down to one game, innit? Not 2 games.
Yep.
Leo would have broken it that year. 100% he would have broken it.
Yeah. He should have done his thing. 100% he should have done his thing. Big up Raphael. Manch says big up Times, that man. Love that Manch. Kroos, Modric, and Xavi Alonso. Yeah, obviously Xavi Alonso, then obviously Casemiro's coming and filled that now. Benzema's breaking it, you believe. 5 more goals. Nah, man, like you ain't getting
you never know with the way Benzema's playing.
What against Man City? Nah, you're not. They're not even doing.
No, but say even if he gets to a final, he could just bag a hat trick, and then he's just 2 goals in 2 games. Like he's at that level.
Semi-final. It's a semi-final now against Man City, and then a final against Liverpool. I can't see him scoring 5 in them 3 games.
No, I'll be honest. If he breaks it, I'll be surprised. But you can't put it past Benzema.
Is he on penalties?
I swear he is.
Yeah, he's on penalties. Okay, he's got a chance. If they get a couple penalties, you never know.
Yeah, he is. He scored. Yeah. Because I swear he scored a couple penalties against Celta Vigo a couple weeks ago.
He does take penalties. He does take penalties. Right. Yep, you're right. 100%. I'd rather Modric in my midfield over Kroos. Kroos is the best midfielder of all time. Only argument ahead is Michael Ballack in terms of German footballers. Where do you when we look at midfielders now, because obviously they're both near the end of their careers. Obviously Modric is a bit older, but where do you rank, like in terms of your memory? Yeah.
Wait, how old do you think Toni Kroos is, by the way?
32, gotta be.
Yeah, he's because a lot of people think he's like 35, 36.
Nah, he's 32. But he the way he plays, obviously, he looks like he's probably a bit older. He's like Nemanja Matic. You know how they just move a bit slower.
That style kind of thing.
Yeah, that style, that language style. But if you look at Modric, and when I say like I've titled the title of the show, Luka Modric, best of this era. Like it's hard to define an era, but obviously you could say probably in the last decade or since 2010, you could say, but. Like, where do you rank Luka Modric in terms of central midfielders? Because some people say that like he's the best. He's clear of like Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. It's not even a discussion if you had them in that 4. Then obviously you've got the Iniestas, who the Xavis. Like, where do you rank Luka Modric, the player, in this last sort of decade? In terms of midfielders, this era, because I would like to say this era is the era you've grown up in. You've watched the last 10 years. You can remember it more.
Yeah, but I can barely remember that Barca side, didn't it? Like Iniesta and them.
Okay, yeah, fair. But you know what Iniesta was. You've watched enough of Iniesta, right?
Yeah.
You know, like where would you rank it? Even if you don't want to say you want to go based off your memory, then like what you remember, what you know. Where would you rank in Luka?
I would say he sits on the table, kind of thing. Like, I'll be honest, like from the way people I trust, I know about ball, they say he's better than Gerrard, Scholes, and Lampard. And then it's just about they say he's also better than Xavi. It's literally him and Iniesta on a league of their own kind of thing. From the way people describe it, so I think he goes down as one of the best.
Do you know what it is, right? And
wait, okay, I've got another question. You know when they say like the Mount Rushmore football kind of thing? Would you say, like, you know those 4 faces?
Nah.
Oh, come on, man. I'm tired. Don't do this to me. I swear I'm saying it right.
Let me Google it. What?
Wait.
Mount Rushmore.
I swear I'm moving. I swear I said it right.
Yeah, you probably did. I just don't know.
That 4 face thing in America.
Oh, I don't even know it.
No, search it up.
What should I type?
Just type in Mount Rushmore.
What, them faces? Oh, okay. Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, right. What about that? Go on.
when I know something and Ty doesn't, this is mad, This is fully mad.
I didn't even know.
Nah, I just said, do you think he goes down for Real fans as like the 4 best players ever to play for them?
That's
Like, or do you think he's in that conversation now?
Is this for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. You put me on the spot.
Because I remember Real account
but
posting
you know what it is?
something
It's
like
depending
that.
on like how long. Are they looking at how long someone's played, or what I think is a player? Like for me, I'm saying. Sorry, babes, people cracking me up.
You deserve
I
to be cooked right
believe,
now.
like, all right, Ronaldo, like R9's got to go in there. Zinedine Zidane's got to go in there. Boy, do you know what? I could list so many off the head now that I'm like, oh my god, I'm stuck. Right, Ronaldo.
Because you're looking at, does Benzema go in there? Cristiano's there.
I'll be honest, right? Cristiano Ronaldo goes in there. He does. He has to. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldo 9, Zinedine Zidane, and that fourth one for me. There's Roberto Carlos. There is Iker Casillas. There is Benzema. There's Modric.
Wait, I'm looking at right now. I'm pretty sure Benzema's the third top scorer behind Cristiano and Raul.
Yeah, but sometimes he can't. Sometimes he can't go off like the goals.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
yeah,
but basically, Real posted a picture in it on the 9th of March, which was Mount Rushmore thing, and they had like their top scorers in that instead of the best players, and they had Ronaldo, Raul, Benzema, and Di Stefano.
Yeah, Raul, Figo, and someone even said R9's prime wasn't a major. I get it, but if we're talking, it's hard. Like, what are we? Because Ronaldo 9 is
okay. Fine. Forget the Real thing. Midfielders in the world. He's there now, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. He is, especially with what he's achieved with Real Madrid, how good he was at Spurs, and how far he took Croatia to winning a World Cup, like Croatia to a World Cup final. I know no one forgets the losers, but like at the end of the day, man, you've got to big him up, man. Luis Figo, someone says in here, oh my god, you only think of how many Real Madrid players have had. Oh my god, Makelele, even someone says. I know he wasn't like the biggest, name, but in terms of what he did was brilliant. I'll have to be honest with you, man. Like Modric goes up there as one of the best of this era. I think someone just listed their top 4 here. Where was it? For me, Zidane, Modric, Iniesta, of course, third, fourth, and then Xavi.
I wasn't even just talking about all that. I'm just saying he's in that conversation, innit?
No, 100%. He is.
Yeah.
No, Bains, he is. And do you know what? The reason I say is, if people say like why or like whatever, I think with Luka Modric, what it is for me, right, is you get Paul Scholes, who is a controlling
Ramos.
Yeah, Ramos. I said that as well. Yeah, Ramos. Yeah. Unless I didn't say it. Yeah, Ramos. Yeah, Madrid had Kaká as well. Big up G Rocco. But yeah, let me say this point. Yeah, so on Modric, right, the reason I think I put him like really, really up there is because you get midfielders, yeah, it's a central midfielder. So you get Lampard, just to throw in examples. There's Lampard, a goal-scoring midfielder, box to box. Then you get Paul Scholes, who more, I know he started as a number 10 or whatever, and he played out wide, but predominantly he was a controlling midfielder. He sat deep and he could pass the ball at will. Iniesta, more of a tick-attacker midfielder. He could dribble through the lines, get creative as well, get on the end of things and score goals. Toni Kroos, another great midfielder, but like I said, more controls the game from deep. What I believe Luka Modric has over all of them, which makes him like really, really up there for me, is everything. He can control games. He sat deep and control games before. He can score goals. He can get up and down. He can dribble past players. He can beat the press. He can do box to box. He can cross. He can pass. Like in terms of like general central midfielders, Bains, I feel like if you put all the attributes of a midfielder what you need, he has them all. It doesn't mean that I'm making him the best. However, that is why he will always be in the conversation for the best and one of the best in this era. Him and Iniesta for me, probably him and Iniesta, and then I'll go Xavi, Scholes.
And if you had to choose one between him and Iniesta?
In a 4-3-3, I'll probably...
You see more of their careers, isn't it?
Yeah, I have. This is it depends what team you kind of. I'll go Modric if I'm picking if I had to pick a football team, I think Modric.
So you're saying basically Modric is a goal midfielder.
Oh, but Iniesta, I feel like Iniesta is just like one of a kind, man. The way he could
dribble, do you think,
and maneuver, like
obviously I'm not gonna comment on Iniesta like that, but do you think it's harder for people to say Modric just because Modric is still playing?
Yeah, and I feel like Iniesta's obviously he's been in that greatest Barcelona team. He's won the World Cup as well. And I'll be honest with you, the way Iniesta played, he was so unique. Like even Ali saying like that Barca, I can't take anything away. That Barca team, like the way he dribbled the ball and maneuvered, it's like Iniesta never gave the ball away ever. He never put a foot wrong. Do you know what I mean? He never put a foot wrong. I remember when he burst on the scene when, you know, he scored that goal against Chelsea in the last minute when he knocked him out in the 2008, I believe, Champions League, 2009 Champions League. Like, it's so hard. Like, this is the thing, though. Iniesta was in that Barcelona system, that 4-3-3 Bains for years, right? Like, I'd love to have seen him play elsewhere just to see. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from Iniesta, by the way. Sensational footballer. But I would love to have just seen what he could have done in another team. Whereas I know with Luka Modric, whether he played at Madrid or Man United.
They're not at Vissel Kobe, whatever it's called right now.
Say again?
That Japanese team. He's still there? I swear he's still there.
Iniesta, I don't know if he's still there. I don't know.
I swear he's still there.
I don't know. Do you know what? Let me challenge Yassine, yeah? Right. Why do you think Iniesta was more complete? Because I just said about if you look at total central midfielders and what they can do at attributes, I think Modric has more in his locker. But in terms of Iniesta, like, he is just a brilliant player. And what he was good at, he was, like, sensational at, if that makes sense. So, like, why do you think Iniesta was more complete, apart from, like, dribbling? Because I don't think he was in terms of... That's just my opinion. But, I mean, if you could write why, I want to know. And this is just an open debate. This is why we done this. Because, like, 2 Euros, 4 Champions League, 1 World Cup, that's a team game. Well done to him. Like, I'll give him massive credit for what he's won. But if we're talking about Modric, Iniesta as players, I want to see. Rafael says Iniesta is the best. Modric is the most... See,
he scored in the World Cup final,
there you go. Modric is the most complete. So, do you know what I mean? Iniesta is the best. Do you get what I mean, Bays? This is why it's so torn. One, he's actually saying Iniesta is the best, but Modric is the most complete. So, Modric is more his preference. He's kind of saying that's exactly what I'm saying. Iniesta for me is probably the best. Modric's the most complete. So, in my team, I'm probably picking Modric. I want to see. You know, make sure we ask Haj and Safa and Biz what they think. I want to know because they've watched their whole careers. Because it's such a hard one. Like,
I feel kind of left out in these Iniesta, Xavi stuff, man. Because I barely saw these lot.
Yeah,
like,
properly. I thought you saw Iniesta.
No. But in terms of, like, you know, when they beat United, Champions League finals,
the peak, like they were just jokes. Like, it was just a ridiculous team to watch. And you know what annoys me, Baines? It's so funny because I always said this Man United team that I grew up on would have been one of the best in history, but if it wasn't for Barcelona. We won in 08 at Moscow against Chelsea. We got to the final the year after and lost in Rome to Barcelona.
What was it, 3 finals in 4 years?
Yeah, and then we lost to Barcelona again at Wembley, just because we come up against this Barcelona team which was the best ever. And it's so annoying and frustrating for us. And Fergie just rewatched that final in 2011.
I remember watching that because I was ill that day.
The Wembley one.
Yeah. But, like, you know, when you're young, you don't fully understand how good a player is, kind of thing, innit?
It's like comparing Modric and Zidane. Modric is more complete than Zizou, but Zizou is better. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? I get it. It's such a hard one. I wish you sat and I wish you'd seen Iniesta play now, because, like, I'm proper on Rafael's vibe here. Like, I am with Rafael here. Best club side ever, the Barcelona side, 100%. Maybe Modric was more complete, to be fair, but that little extra for me, Iniesta was special. So what? We're clear on saying that Iniesta and Modric then are the 2 best midfielders this era. Is that what you guys in the comments are saying as well? If there's names that you think are different to what me and Baines have said, because Baines has basically said Iniesta and Modric as well, throw them out there, because that's what I would go with that. I would. I love Scholes, but obviously, like, there's players out there that have been like Scholes. I love the Toni Krooses. I love, you know, Xavi's, but I think Iniesta and Modric, like, they just... Yeah, they've got that X factor. Yeah, man, it's mad. Do you think, by the way, like, right now, Luka Modric, and this is what I can ask you then, Baines, based off right now, central midfielders, where do you rank Luka Modric, like, right now? Not what he's done and the Champions League, like, right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
So
obviously you've got Thiago, you've got De Bruyne.
Nah, I think Modric is better than them right now. Ooh.
Yeah, right.
I feel like I might be missing someone obvious or something, innit? Nah, Modric is better than Paul Pogba. I don't know. Like, I can't name you someone that's actually better.
So yeah, right now, like Verratti.
But you're probably still taking Luka Modric over him right now.
So would you say Modric's the best midfielder in the world right now?
See, this is where it gets tough, innit? Because you don't want to be, like, reactionary and stuff as well, innit?
No. This is why I asked you, because I thought, if you haven't seen him yesterday playing, we were talking about that era when they was in their peak. If we're talking about Modric right now at 36.
Yeah, it probably is.
It's hard to think of like a better midfielder, isn't it? Right now, really, off the top of your head.
Yeah.
But Real Madrid, like Miles said, like
because the X factors that he's kind of produced in the Champions League this year have got Real through alongside Karim Benzema's brilliance. Biggest club competition in the world.
What would you say your top 5 central midfielders right now?
Thiago's there, Verratti's there. Ooh. Kovacic is there in my eyes.
Okay.
I think Kovacic. Even yesterday, I thought Kovacic was unbelievable. In my eyes, he was my man in the match yesterday. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the 5th, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what? So kind of Bernardo Silva and who was the other one you just said?
Kovacic.
They're like your 2 wild cards. They're like your 4th and 5th.
But I think Kovacic is literally one of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah,
right now.
he is very good. He's
been Chelsea's best player this year. Maybe other than Thiago Silva.
Do you think why don't he get his flowers? Someone even said that like he's got 4 Champions Leagues. Someone said Pedri.
Yeah, Pedri's a shout, to be fair. Why don't I think he gets his flowers? Like you probably say how many of the Champions Leagues was he heavily involved in, kind of thing, innit? At Real and stuff. I think that would probably be the main argument. But I think right now people should be giving him his flowers. Yeah. You could argue he's top 3 best midfielders in the Premier League this season, comfortably. If we're doing a Premier League team this season, he's there.
Yeah. I agree. I think Kovacic is great. I think his ball carrying is very underrated. I think his brilliance of the 0 to 10 yards and beating the press.
Yeah, Raphael is being hard right now. Like you could probably argue with the like 4/5 that I said. You can probably argue with like 3 or 4 different people there, or even more. Like who would you be your top 5 then?
Yeah, I'd say Thiago, Verratti, Modric. Now I'm thinking of players now proper.
Are you putting Kevin De Bruyne in this conversation?
I don't. I see him as a bit
like
more.
What sort of player would you like?
I'm trying to pick people that are more rounded central midfielders. I'd go Verratti, Thiago, Modric. I would say Paul Pogba in the top 5. I've got to. Yep. I've got to. I think in terms of ability, I think if he goes to another team, I think Paul Pogba, like even when I watch him for France, he's still brilliant. I'd go, so Verratti, Modric, Paul Pogba.
Yeah, there you go, Frankie De Jong.
De Jong's a great shout. De Jong's
like someone said Pedri before Kimmich.
Oh, it's hard. Like they're my 4. If I had to pick 4, I think they're my 4. And then obviously you've got the Barellas, you've got De Jongs. I feel like
that's what I'm saying. That 4 onwards thing is so debated.
It's so hard. I feel like Verratti, Modric, and Thiago. I like them 3 midfielders you all want in your team right now because of the era we're living in. There's not many players like that. But like you said, and Raphael said, it's actually really hard. Like we didn't even mention Toni Kroos, who is still a brilliant football player. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I'll be honest, Thiago's probably my favourite midfielder in the world.
Yeah, we should have signed him as well 8 years ago, but we didn't. Yeah, it's mad, man. I've got to big them up, man, because the way they still prolong their careers at this level is mad. You've got to look, Thiago's at Liverpool, and he's potentially going to be in a Champions League final now. You've got, obviously, Modric, he's going to be in a semi-final, so they could potentially play off against each other. But on the other side, you've got Liverpool that are playing Villarreal, and obviously, now, I'll be honest, I think they're going to walk through Benfica tonight. But they should be playing Thiago's former club, Bayern Munich. Now, guys, in the comments is your time as well if you want to get on to Bainsy and ask him questions. Because what happened to Robert Lewandowski, Bayern Munich, and your manager, Julian Nagelsmann, last night? Like, I hope you watched some of the game as well. I don't know if you did.
I watched the first half, innit?
Yeah, talk to me about what happened, because I like to hear your tactical side of it as well. Like, what happened with Nagelsmann, Bayern Munich? Because I'll be honest with you, like, out the Champions League against Villarreal in the quarterfinals, knocked out the DFB Cup Pokal or whatever it is by watching Gladbach. Winning the league at the moment by 6 points, but isn't that great because the standard in the Bundesliga is very, very poor. Rangers beat second place Dortmund. Julian Nagelsmann, people are saying it's the hype. It's the hype. What's happened to your guy? Talk to me about the game. What's happened? Sane coming wing backs. I didn't know that. I thought it was a back three.
I think the thing is, with the Sane Coleman that wing back thing, it was probably the right. Like, playing three at the back was probably the right decision, innit? I still think Nagelsmann will stand by it. I think the problem with Nagelsmann will be is kind of like where he's played him, innit? Because let's be honest, Sane on the right is still kind of useless, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still kind of useless. They probably would have had a better chance with Kingsley Coleman on the right and Sane on the left, innit? I think the sub at the end, Lucas Hernandez got injured. He brought in Alphonso Davies just for the pace, for that Chiquenza guy, what be the guy, however you say the guy's name, instead of that centre-back, innit? Like, people critiquing that decision, which I can hear, because you can maybe argue a centre-back might have a better position for the goal and stuff than Alphonso Davies, but it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I don't think Alphonso Davies played because Alphonso Davies is still coming back from that heart thing, innit?
Oh, is that why he didn't start?
No, but I saw someone say that apparently he was struggling towards the end of the game against, was it Augsburg when he came on?
Oh, okay, Augsburg. Yeah. Okay. Right, because obviously I saw the lineup, right? And I'll be honest with you, when I saw the lineup, I actually thought that quality alone on that pitch.
Kimmich as well is another one. Kimmich coming back from that lung thing, innit?
Yeah, come from COVID. I think he had long-term COVID. But
it's worse than that. He had a lung infection or something.
Oh, was it worse?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Remember when people were laughing at him because Kimmich didn't want to take the vaccine eventually? First time.
Yeah. That's it.
And then he got a serious lung condition or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because I'll be honest with you, like looking at the team they had out yesterday, I think it was like Upamecano at the back, and then obviously they played 3-4.
He was good.
And who? Sorry.
Upamecano was good.
Yeah, it was Upamecano at the back. I saw the midfield like Goretzka in there, and I saw the wide man like someone said Coman and Sane. Then you got Lewandowski, you got Muller in the number 10 role. Like, I'll be honest with you, quality-wise, I know, but quality-wise, when you look at that starting 11, I was like, this is a Bayern win all over. There's going to be a goal in both halves, maybe 1-0 and then 2-0, because I expect him to thrash Villarreal because I've known Villarreal because they gave us some bad memories. They defend solidly. Like they're quite
mad. Villarreal went through with 2 shots on target in 2 legs in 2 games.
No way.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, the first game they should have scored a lot more in it. But I think Villarreal had 4 shots, 1 on target yesterday. 32% possession.
2 shots on target, 2 goals to go through and knock out Bayern Munich. Now, like, I'm not going to say that's credit to Villarreal because they've done their job. They scored from their shots on target, but that's even a poorer part on Bayern Munich, man, to allow only, 2 shots on target and you concede from them twice over both legs. It's like you deserve to go out because at the end of the day, you should have took your chances. And like with me, like I said to you, Nagelsmann should be going through in that competition, Bains. Like there's no excuses. If that's Hansi
only
Flick,
team to beat Villarreal in the whole competition. Swear down.
Say again?
We're the only team to beat Villarreal in the whole competition.
Yeah.
What can I say in it? What can we say, Ty? We're that good in it.
Obviously, Marshall wasn't even there to even make it a hat trick, but do you know what I mean? This guy. Like, let's be real though. Like, I know you don't want to avoid it. Big up Sunshine, by the way. Just make sure people, I see the numbers come up. I've just tweeted. We're nearly at 2,500 subscribers, so please help us get there. Please subscribe. But like Nagelsmann, if this was another manager, if that was Hansi Flick or even an Ancelotti or whatever, people were saying that he'd be gone. Failing in the Cup Pokal, failing in the Champions League against a Villarreal team. I'll be honest with you, that's the draw they wanted. Like, there's no excuses there. Like, what do you actually think about Nagelsmann in his time at Madrid? His time at Bayern. Do you genuinely feel with Nagelsmann, right? Because we all know Bayern need a bit of a refresh. Do you feel that the fans are going to be patient with Nagelsmann to help let him rebuild? Do you think Nagelsmann wants to go through that rebuilding process, do a long-term project? And where do you think the border at? Because Manchester, I'll be honest, I've watched Bayern a lot. Nagelsmann's time at the club is ticking.
No, I don't think it's Nagelsmann. I said this to you yesterday. The Bayern's biggest problem is not the manager at this point. It's higher up, signings and stuff, innit? Like, even the 2 signings they signed, or going to sign Gravenberch and Mazraoui, don't get me wrong. Mazraoui is a massive improvement. Gravenberch is a good talent, but no one compares to Thiago. I keep saying it. I don't think people realize how big of a loss Thiago is for this Bayern side.
But big teams lose big players, so you replaced them, right?
Yeah, but who did you replace Thiago with?
No, that's not my question to you, though.
No.
I agree. Okay, they didn't really replace him, but we're talking about players like Toni Kroos, Thiago, Jorginho, maybe Kakarek, who's young from Lyon. What type of player is out there that is available that they could replace Thiago with?
No, but this is what I'm saying. To replace Thiago, you know what they've done? They moved Kimmich back into the midfield instead of keeping him a right back. When they won the Champions League, Kimmich was a right back. Now they got what? They had Kimmich and Goretzka in the midfield. Don't get me wrong, I think Goretzka played well in it. But none of those two can dictate a game like Thiago can from deep.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there's levels in this football game. Thiago is levels kind of thing. Levels above everyone Bayern have in the midfield, in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing. That's their biggest.
All right.
Weakness.
So let me play devil's advocate. They haven't replaced Thiago. They've brought Kimmich into midfield. We've seen that it's worked okay, but he's not really a proper midfielder. They go into the summer now with the same problem unresolved. Bayern Munich need to replace Thiago 2 years down the line or a year down the line, whatever you want to call it. So what do they do to replace it? If you're Nagelsmann right now, what are you doing, Bains, to say, right, let's replace Thiago? Because I think their midfielders are a dying breed, the Michael Carrick, Thiago, Kroos breed. What do you do then? Because otherwise they're going to have the same problem next year. Nagelsmann's going to have the same problem.
They will have the same problem.
So I'm asking, so how do they go about replacing it? You're saying that they didn't replace him. So I'm challenging you saying, okay,
we said it already. We said it already. Bayern are struggling financially. How are you going to replace him?
No. What individual are you going out there and getting? I'm asking you.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Bayern Munich are struggling financially kind of thing, isn't it? There's no guarantee.
And if they weren't struggling financially, who are you getting?
Variety.
Okay, give me another name if there's one more other than Variety. Because we know Bayern don't sign older players like that. Exactly.
Fabian Ruiz.
Okay, I understand that. Napoli, he could go
Kovacic, not a bad shout.
He's not a dictator. He's not a Thiago.
No, but he still offers something different to what Bayern Munich have in the midfield kind of thing. Fabian Ruiz is a good shout though.
Yeah, he's a pretty good shout. But this is what I mean. When you're talking about you've lost Thiago, I get it. They lost a massive player who's a very good player for Bayern Munich in that league and what they've done in their come up. But to blame they haven't replaced Thiago, that's the only reason, and that's
no. But I'm not saying that's the only reason because I said Nagelsmann deserves blaming it. But I said this, and I said this about Hansi Flick last year. Bayern Munich weren't phenomenal like the 1920 season even last year. They were on the decline with Hansi Flick last year. It's literally a fact. On expected points, Bayern Munich finished second in the league. Like you can't debate it, kind of thing. That first season under Hansi Flick, they were unbelievable. One of the best individual seasons we've seen, kind of thing, from a side. But they have slowly been declining. Obviously, Hansi Flick is a better manager than Nagelsmann still.
Yeah.
So obviously, that drop off will make Bayern worse, kind of thing. But that issue was still there last year.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I think there are issues with Bayern Munich. I think even I said it earlier in the shows when I said that I thought Man United would go on and potentially win the Champions League somehow. But I actually said, okay, forget that point. In terms of teams I wouldn't be scared to face, I said bring on Bayern Munich because I know defensively they're poor. They haven't been great this season. So what, do you feel like Nagelsmann sticks this out? And like say if Ancelotti left Real Madrid, do you think he'd be tempted by a Real Madrid job? Do you think Nagelsmann's there for the long run and he's willing to, rebuild and the board are going to back him? What do you think now?
He's the most expensive manager in the world.
Huh?
Yeah, he's the most expensive manager in the world.
What, in terms of what you mean his buyout clause?
Yeah, like when they bought him from Leipzig, they paid 24, I think it was, mil.
Okay, so when does his contract expire?
Let me see this.
Interesting. Someone said he's destroying your boy Musiala as well.
Signed a 5-year deal in it, so what does that take him to? 2026.
Okay, yeah.
And let me get the most expensive manager thing.
Miles says, I'm not trying to hear it, Bainesy, when they have Goretzka and Kimmich against Villarreal.
None of it. Don't get me wrong, they should still be beating Villarreal in it, but I don't think there's levels kind of thing in it.
Is it the most expensive manager, Simeone? I think he is expensive.
No, he's the most high-paid manager.
Highest paid, yeah, that's it, highest paid.
So sources also told that Leipzig would want a league record of 25 million euros for Nagelsmann. So it's 25, I think.
Okay. There's a question for you as well on here. So the question for Statman. I'm a Liverpool fan. Are we using Thiago correctly at Liverpool? What do you make of the defensive side of his game?
See, this is another thing I don't agree with. Like when people say Thiago's deficiencies defensively. Like even last year when people were criticizing, that Thiago's not a Liverpool type player. Why? Because defensively, in terms of pressures, tackles, interceptions, he competes with other Liverpool midfielders before last season kind of thing, isn't it?
Mm.
So the idea that he can't play in that Liverpool midfield 3 in my eyes is criminal kind of thing. You could probably argue Thiago's a bit better, deeper kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when the British media were onto Thiago last year, I didn't agree with it kind of thing, innit?
What do you think about Liverpool and the way they're using him though? In terms of, because when I watch Thiago, like I see him starting to get on the ball more, trying to control games. But I feel like at Bayern, when I watched him, it was a better Thiago at Bayern in that system than what it is at Liverpool. Like, because obviously you play alongside Fabinho, so Fabinho is always that regular sitter. I'm not saying that he was always the sitter at Bayern Munich, but I felt like he just had license to roam about a bit more. Or was it maybe because you get more time on the ball in the Bundesliga, it made him look like he's controlling games more? Because I really like Thiago, and when people say about his defensive side of his game,
would you say
that's never
like
been an
he was
issue,
allowed
right?
to carry the ball more kind of thing?
What Bayern?
Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just
I'm pretty sure his dribble were like higher at Bayern and stuff, innit?
Yeah, I feel like you get more time on the ball in the Bundesliga, even though it's close to the Premier League. And I feel like I just feel like every time I watched him, he looked like he had more time. Whereas at Premier League, it is more intense. He more gets the ball and gives it. Maybe he can't carry the ball as well as he used to when he used to beat the press.
That's one of Thiago's biggest attributes. But then at the same time, on the ball, he's brilliant. Like that pass who was it against Watford? I think there was a pass in the first half that he fizzed into someone.
He fizzed into Jota or someone. Yeah,
I can't remember who. It might have been Jota, but who's doing that? Who's doing that in the Premier
League? Forward passes, he's well up there. I think I saw a passing stat or passing map, and like in terms of like progressive passes and like passes leading to like potential goal scoring opportunities, he's well up there. I really rate Thiago. I think the defensive argument is flawed, like you said. When has he ever been judged on his defensive capabilities? Thiago is a person that is great on the ball. Paul Scholes, by the way, and Bains, I know you didn't watch much of Scholes.
But this is what I don't get.
Scholes was shit defensively, but he was sick on the ball.
No, but this is what I never get. Like Thiago is actually calm defensively, kind of thing. If you're looking at his underlying numbers, they compete with any midfielder kind of thing. I think it averages over like 3 tackles and interceptions per 90 this season in the league. Okay. You're not complaining about that, especially when Liverpool are going to have more on the board than teams. You know what? Let me get it up here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
I want to just compare it to Henderson kind of thing, innit?
Yeah, do that. I'll get through a few of the comments while you do that. I'm not surprised Villarreal won. They should have won by more after what I saw in the first game. Warning signs were there. Miles Johnson, a few comments here for Pau Torres.
Look at this here. Henderson is averaging 1.8 tackles and interceptions per game in the Premier League. Thiago is averaging 3.1. So that's what I'm saying. It's a lazy argument that people say Thiago can't defend.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a lazy argument. I think it's because he's like, look at Fabinho. He got absolutely ran past by KDB the other day.
And who was the best midfielder that game for Liverpool?
Thiago.
There you go.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I thought Fabinho was poor. I think Fabinho is getting away with it, actually. Like, I don't want to touch on Liverpool too much, but I think Fabinho has set his bar quite high. And I think out of all the players in that Liverpool midfield, I kind of think he's had a bit of a dip. And I don't think people talk about it enough.
You know one thing I say? I will say I'm extremely biased towards Thiago. That's one thing I've always said. I'm extremely biased in it. I just think that's the one midfielder I can't take slander from, kind of thing.
Yeah, but he's a really good footballer, and I genuinely rate him as well. So I can't lie. Pau Torres, let's quickly get through these because like Pau Torres and then Zeeks is saying big up Zeeks is Pau Torres hype. Pau Torres.
Should we sign him over number 19?
He was linked to Man United last year. So
should we have signed him over number 19?
Ooh, devil's advocate time for Basie, yeah?
Now we got Ten Hag as well. Certain people ain't the best on the ball. A certain Pau Torres is very good on the ball.
Would you, now you've asked that question then, would you have taken...
I'm asking the question. Yeah, you can't flip it on me when I ask the question.
Nah, I'm taking Varane still. I really like Varane. I feel like he's had a hard first season at the Premier League, but Varane
Pau
is still
Torres has a
Rafael
better
Varane.
injury record than him, you could argue.
Yeah, he's younger. Good on the ball,
You
left-footed.
could argue more hunger to develop with the squad.
Miles is agreeing.
No, I'm just asking.
Shashrat says Bezos.
See uncomfortable conversations.
Nah, for me, I've got to take Rafael Varane, and then we get someone next to him. I get it; he's done well this season, and I think Pau Torres is not that name that everyone's going to stand at. I think, oh my god, he's a solid defender, but it's still Rafael Varane, and I actually think it's quite harsh. You know, people say he's not good on the ball. I actually feel like Varane, left foot, right foot, is actually pretty good on the ball. I think that was one of the things people were praising him for earlier on in the season. I know you might roll your eyes, but I actually think that he doesn't get enough options to then be able to express his passing. But when you actually look at Varane, he's always trying to pass forward and pass through the lines. But what, to McTominay and Fred? You haven't got no one to pass the ball to there. He does left foot, right foot pretty comfortably. So I actually think it's quite harsh. Big up James Tarkowski, the Burnley captain's in.
Nah, this I disagree with. Because even Real fans were complaining about Rafa Varane on the ball, innit? And they're a bit like Real. Like Varane was lucky that he had Toni Kroos kind of dropping deep, collecting the ball off him, kind of thing, innit? So there's less reliance on his passing ability, you could argue.
I get it. I get it. Pau Torres is good, but it's still Rafael Varane. I don't. You're judging. Okay? Before we signed Varane, were you worried and thinking he was on the decline, or are you judging Varane off this season? Because I think a lot of people, and I'll be honest with you, Bains, me and you do shows all the time.
I'll be honest, man. We were all gassed in the summer, man.
Exactly.
We weren't thinking about anything.
No, exactly. A lot of fans are fickle towards what Varane was and what he's done. One injury hit season.
But don't you think
no one's been good at Man United?
But don't you think Varane's name is kind of carrying him right now in terms of performances? Because there's certain times that he plays bad, but because he has Harry Maguire next to him and Harry Maguire's the easy scapegoat, like they'll blame him, kind of thing. Yeah, like you could argue I do that with Ronaldo.
What, and I'm doing that with Varane?
Yeah.
Nah, Miles, man.
Because we were having this in the group chat the other day. Matip or Varane?
Varane, but Matip's been better this season. I'm open to admitting that, but he's not a better player.
Does Varane start for Liverpool?
Yes, over Matip.
Are you sure after that debate we had?
He starts over, yes, and that debate was very good. Me and 15 said that we would start Varane, and I get it because Matip's good.
No, but it's not about you. Does he start for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool when Jurgen Klopp
does? Him and Van Dijk could be a brilliant partnership. Yes, Matip's had a good season. I get it.
See, I don't.
Someone says here, barely played 18 games this season. He's breaking down like a Ford Escort. Oh my god, my dad used to drive one of them. Nah, Varane is world class centre back. What is this?
Nah, you can't say he's been world class this season.
Yeah, no, he's a world class centre back though. It's the difference.
But listen, this is where we said. This is where we said the Liverpool thing. Yeah, the Liverpool thing with Joe Matip. We're not saying Varane's a better. We're not saying Matip's a better defender.
Yeah,
it's stylistically in that Liverpool side, Joe Matip will still start over Varane if Jurgen Klopp had both.
Because of passing.
That's a massive part of football.
No. Is that
carrying the ball? Joe Matip is 10 times better than Varane. Yeah, Joe Matip carries the ball extremely well, kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. He breaks into the other people's halves a lot. Yeah, I can understand that, but I don't feel like if you take out Matip from that side and put in Varane, you see a mad drop off in Liverpool in terms of their team performance.
Yeah, but like you, I wouldn't say Liverpool get better.
Okay, so flip it around then. So if you're Manchester United, do you feel like Varane's better games? Yeah, because I don't think he's been poor either. I think people get onto him more. Do you think Matip would be better than Varane at Manchester United?
See, that was the argument that I think Lebanon and stuff we're having, innit?
Yeah.
Varane, because we're not necessarily, we're defending more kind of thing, innit? So you could argue Rafa Varane because Rafa Varane's a better defender. But next year and how we see how Ten Hag might want to play football, you'd probably say Joe Matip.
Really?
Why not?
Nah, see? I know that he wants to play out from the back, and I think Varane is better on the ball than what people think. I don't think he's poor on the ball. He's won a World Cup. He's won multiple trophies playing in a team that they like to have the ball as well. Like, come on, man. Like, Bains, you were gassed for Varane a year ago. I don't think...
I still got Varane back. I'm not slating Varane, by the way.
Like, Matip is good. I completely get it. Like, Matip is good. and I'm not criticizing that, but I don't believe that Matip starts over Varane for Man United under Ten Hag. I disagree. It's a good debate because I'm going to have to clip this up and put this out for a vote or something, because I generally don't believe Matip starts for Ten Hag over Varane.
No, but this is where people miss the argument every single time, innit? I'm not saying Matip was a better defender than Varane.
I know you're not. I clearly know you're not.
Just that style. Is that fine? Next year, you could argue, what was it, that David De Gea, David Raya thing? You probably say David De Gea is a better keeper, but stylistically, Ten Hag would probably prefer David Raya.
Yeah, agree with that. Yeah,
that's all it is. Stylistically, certain people, certain different managers. Not player X is better than player Y, because that's not the point.
Yeah, I get it. I remember this game as well. He got battered by City at the Etihad. I think he gave away 2 goals.
Jesus pressing very, very well that game.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Varane, man, because it seems like the jury's out with him, and I'm still backing him to come good. Like I'm backing my boy Tony to come good. But let's see under Ten Hag and the new manager. I love how I drop it in every now and then. People, make sure you like and subscribe. And by the way, all Bains' content is on Twitch, so make sure you're checking out the Twitch for Statman Bains. Make sure you're subscribing to Never Fire. You can follow us down here below individually, and also my Man United channel, which Bains is normally on a Wednesday, is there as well. Trafford Tunnel. You can drop a little subscribe there. That's
Biz is running from the ground again, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Biz is asleep, I think, at the moment.
Look at him.
Wow, where is he?
I don't know.
Oh,
you never know. He might be on harsh reality. You know,
he went to a funeral today, actually, because I was meant to be there. I'm meant to be there now, but I'm not, to be fair. Yeah. So, obviously, condolences in that. But, yeah, let's see what happens with that. And then Lewandowski, I wanted to touch on him because, obviously, we talked about him breaking the record maybe 2 years ago. It didn't happen. Scored last night, but there's rumours that he could be on the way to Barcelona. Now, if you're Lewandowski, after last night, are you saying, do you know what, I'm done now? And then Nagelsmann has to go and find a replacement in the summer. And the striker market, let's be honest, it's poor or average.
No, I think Bayern came out and said they're not letting him go yesterday.
But how long has he got left on his deal?
Let me see. You think it might be another year?
Oh, so it's another year.
Wait, when does Lewa's contract?
So they'd rather let him go on they would rather let him
2023.
Oh, so he's got one more year.
Yeah, so it's 1 more year, isn't it?
Okay.
I can't remember who it was from Bayern that came out and said he's not leaving.
No, I believe you. Probably Salihamidzic or something like that there.
No, I think it was Oliver Kahn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then they'll rather let his contract run down then look for a proper replacement next summer. And to be fair,
you rather do that right now. And the market is dead.
100%. And also, when you look at it, how much are you going to get for Lewandowski if you sell him? There's no point. You're going to get probably less than 15 million. Or 50 million.
Yeah, but I think the German media are starting to kind of question him as well, though.
How old is he now? 34?
You know Mario... Yeah, I got the quote here. You see Mario Gomez came out and said, personally, I think he's a great striker, but given the situation, he's being too selfish about his own future.
Okay. Yeah, I think he should stay 1 more year. Like you said, the striker market's poor. And then he can decide after that, and then Bayern will be able to then look at their options. Because I think I see Patrick Schick potentially linked and stuff like that.
But the link was 75 million euros, I think it was, in it.
That's a lot of money, man.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong, I really, really like Patrick Schick, innit? Come on, man. I don't like him. I don't like him that much, kind of thing.
Yeah, not 70, 80 million. No way, man. What are you saying about this one? This is quite a good shout because I actually think like Werner could work at Bayern Munich, you know?
Yeah, but
not as the main number 9.
But he's not a striker, is it, kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, not as maybe the main number 9, but
I'm pretty sure, was it Niko Kovac or was it Hansi Flick? They wanted Timo Werner at Bayern. They wanted Havertz as well. But they couldn't get him because obviously Bayern's situation and stuff.
Yeah.
I just got the report up here by the RMC support. They said Lewandowski wants to leave Bayern this summer. Meanwhile, Bayern are playing for time and will not be against having him for another season before he leaves on a free. A meeting is planned at the beginning of May to find a solution.
Okay. Yeah. I think Lewandowski should play 1 more year. I don't even think for the sake of Bayern they should want to keep him after next year because I feel like he's going to be going slower. Like he's getting slower. Like it's going down now. Liverpool are rotating. They're starting Joe Gomez and Tsimikas. That means Liverpool are saving players for the FA Cup. Interesting. Man City are going full strength.
Wait, what's the Liverpool team?
So get it up. Put it in Yusuf if you can. Walker, Stones, Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden. Okay, so they're going to crown their midfield. In, okay, I think what a team.
Flipping look at that team.
I know we've got a long way to go before getting to that level.
No one starts in our team for City.
Varane does.
Over who?
Stones.
I think Stones has had a better year.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then it's a stylistic thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, I start Varane over Stones, yeah. Other than that...
It's actually mad when you put it like that.
Mad, isn't it? How times have changed. Oh my God, Miles is on me today. Don't lie.
So Miles is normally on to me.
Yeah, he is.
Big up Miles.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Miles is normally on to me, innit? So I deserve this.
You deserve this. We're going to do 5 more minutes, then we're going to wrap it up, guys. Ten Hag, Bains. I wanted to, some heavy rotation. Better not bite us.
Flipping hell, man. I ain't watching that.
Gomez, Matip, Konate, Simicas, Hendo, Milner. Raw. Wait, Benfica scored early. I might have to switch over, you know.
Nah, but come on, man. Henderson, Milner in the same team with Jota.
That is dead.
Oh, man.
That is heavy rotation, you know. You're right. Better not bite, you lot. Boy, I support facts.
Eustace is a Liverpool fan. Better not bite us. He said.
Yeah, Eustace is a Liverpool fan. Yeah, that's why I'm glad he's not winding us up. Normally he's on my neck every time about Man United, but he's been nice today. Probably because he saw the rotation. You don't want to jinx it.
No, but where do you think Alisson ranks right now? By the way, in terms of best keepers in the world,
I think he's had a bit of a shaky season, but no one clocks it.
No, what? No, I think this is one of an all-timer season kind of thing.
Really? I don't know. It's like, I think he's top 3 in the world.
No, I genuinely think like this season should go down as one of the best individual campaigns from a keeper for a top club kind of thing.
Actually, yeah. There's something about him that I just feel a bit wobbly. I don't know. Yeah, top 5 miles. I think top 3 in the world. I think one thing I give him credit on, which a lot of keepers don't do in today's game, is his hands are very safe. Like he holds the ball a lot. He doesn't parry a lot of shots. Like he can hold the ball very well.
Man,
he can kick.
I think his 1v1 ability. I haven't seen many keepers better than him in my life.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, I'm a lot younger kind of thing.
Would you say number 1 in the world?
Maybe. Courtois in that shout. Courtois save, I think, in the 77th minute from that Havertz header. People ain't speaking about that either from that corner.
Yeah.
Like someone said, would you rather Alisson or Edison? This ain't a debate in my eyes. It's Alisson.
Yeah, it's Alisson for me as well. I don't think Edison, I don't really rate as much as a shot stopper. Yeah,
Edison's better on the ball, with the ball at his feet kind of thing. But Alisson, as a keeper, all round,
yeah, joke. I'll probably go with Alisson as well.
And I think last year he had a bit of a sticky period because obviously I think his father died and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that comment right there at the end.
Yeah, very Schmeichel-esque, from Miles. Yeah, I agree. Makes himself big. Man, then we'll chuck. Yeah, what I want to do 5 minutes on Ten Hag because now we had a day to kind of calm down. It's quite a hectic yesterday. Like, I'll be honest with you, Bains. One thing I did want to say is that I drove to work this morning, and when we had Mourinho, I drove to work and I was umming and ahhing with myself. And then, we had Ollie, and I was like, we've rushed it. I'll be honest with you, hands down. I drove to work this morning, and I was like, I'm excited because Manchester United have finally made the appointment that they needed to make, which is going away from the predictables, away from the culture. And I now feel like, Ten Hag's going to have time. We've given him a 4-year deal. It's a completely different manager to what we've had before. Great football, hopefully. So I'm actually really happy now. I've actually come around to it that if we had got Poch, I don't think I would have been driving to work and been like as happy and as confident as I am. So I know that my gut tells me that this is the right appointment. So now you've had time to sort of think about it, see a few things, read up a bit more. Are you thinking like this is 100% the right appointment now?
Yeah. But at the same time, I said this. I don't know if United made the decision for footballing reasons, innit? Like, I'm still adamant that...
You're still feeling that as well?
I'm still adamant that the only reason we're getting Ten Hag is because his release costs are cheaper. Okay. And I said that. And I'm still going to stand by it, innit? Like, I still don't trust his club enough kind of thing, innit? And rightly so, because this club hasn't given us anything to trust. Because I think his Poch...
Do you actually genuinely believe then if Poch was 2.5 million release clause, and the same as Ten Hag.
I think
You think they go for Poch? Really? Even after the interview process and wanting to...
on, man. I'll be honest. I do not trust his club's interview process.
No, that's fair. This is what we ask. Yeah.
Do you trust the club's interview process?
I believe on this one. I want to. I'm not saying I do believe. I want to believe because it's different people sort of doing it now. Richard Arnold's coming.
No, but like that's more. Would you say that's more hope kind of thing? See, this Athletic saying that they got scared because Poch wasn't getting support on socials.
I reckon that played a part. You know, I reckon
that could have played a part.
Yep.
Because remember, like there was like some United account saying if we get Poch, Glazes out and stuff, and I'm just like,
yeah, different. Like you said, non-football reasons. Maybe they saw like which Ten Hag was getting loads of love.
Social media.
You think they've made that appointment because they're like, right, well, we'll get fans back on side.
Yeah, I'm still adamant. I don't think this decision has been made for footballing reasons, innit?
Okay.
But one thing I would say is a positive. It seems like Ten Hag did also interview the club, innit? Like that's how it kind of seemed like things went. So hopefully he gets a bit more control than we've seen with previous managers, and we trust him, kind of thing. We trust the process.
Yeah, we have to. We've got to be patient, like we said yesterday on our show. Got to be patient. You know, if we're knocking it down and rebuilding, then that means you can't expect to keep winning. But you just want to see a style of play slowly come in like Jurgen Klopp did. And then in the third and fourth year, whatever it is, you start pushing. Quick thoughts on formation for next season. 4-3-3 seems to be predominantly what he's used. He's used a 4-2-3-1. I think they're the two formations he's gonna rotate between. Really, 4-3-3 could be the one we start off with. What do you think, Ben?
I think it'll be a 4 at the back, innit?
Yeah.
Don't think it'll be 3 at the back, but I don't know, man. There's something about 3 at the back that I just like, innit? But at the same time, I still think it'll be a 4.
Yeah, we've got a few attackers we need to get in there. I'm interested to see what he does in the midfield. 100%. Like he likes to get his midfielders getting on the ball, you know, dictating tempo, pressing as well. I'm intrigued to see what personnel and where he plays them. Because Bruno as well, obviously, has got a new deal. He's more number 10. But then you got Van der Beek, who actually played number 10 a lot under Ten Hag. It's like, is he going to walk straight back into?
But he's played a bit deeper as well under Ten Hag as well before.
Yeah, he's played deeper as well. Yeah. Yeah, Adam Crofton's reliable as well.
And this club is funny, man. Like, realistically, in the nicest possible way, why do you care what fans think?
Yeah.
If Man United really believe Poch was the right man to get them back to the top, then they should have done it. They should have not done it just because the fans kind of want to see Ten Hag. Because we're not footballing people like that.
Yeah,
you never appointed a manager before.
Yeah.
Like, remember like the Oli thing? Like, we always said it. At that time when Oli got the job, everyone was gassed.
Yeah.
But we're fans. We're meant to be emotionally attached to the club. We're not meant to be making like decisions, not including emotion kind of thing. And they rushed that Oli contract when he got
you're right. It was based off emotion. You're right. Do you know what? Yeah, it's so true. Based off emotion. And this time I hope they've thought about it. And that's why I do feel like I'm excited about this one, because I feel like they've gone away from that Pochettino, that predictable approach. Big up this one as well. United Spurs of America says, want to see someone play that piano. Bainesy will get them on for the next show to play the piano.
Oh, you're talking about that piano at the back? I thought they were talking about Alexis.
Nah.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, now someone will get Baines' new crib, man. So congratulations to Baines.
He's lying, man. It's a green screen. It is a green screen. We can get it gone. It's green.
There you go. That's jokes, though. I don't know if actually. I told you when I came on, I said to you, it looked like you're sat there. Like, honestly,
I don't know how people think of it, that kind of thing.
I know, it's just the way it came on. It just looks proper clear. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
Actually, it's proper nice, though.
It is nice. I like the background, to be fair. Ten Hag then in, and then Champions League tonight. Then, so we'll wrap it up with predictions. So obviously, you got Atletico Madrid that are 1-0 down against Man City, but they're playing at home tonight, and you got Liverpool that are currently 3-1 up. What are you saying? We got them well wrong yesterday.
2 English clubs go through.
Yeah. I think that's the best way of putting it.
The 2 best sides in the world in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Yeah, the green screen got him good. Yeah,
big up.
Me. Got me, man, as well. I can't lie, it got me. City versus Liverpool final. I definitely agree with that. I think they're going to battle in the league.
You know what's mad? Obviously, as a United fan, it's going to be hard to see it. But as a footballing fan, these are the best 2 sides in the world.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
Yep. 100%.
And that's why I was kind of happy. No, I was kind of disappointed that Thomas Tuchel went out yesterday, because I really want to see Pep versus Tuchel over 2 legs.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
they've had good battles.
I think City have got their number now. They've been much better.
Yeah, I know, but
They
even
lost.
but look how many times it took Pep to kind of correct
Yeah,
himself, kind of thinking and find that
true.
way.
And over 2 days playing that back five, Chelsea could soak it up and take it back to the bridge or either way. Yeah, I think it's going to be a City-Liverpool final, man. I'm hoping Darwin Núñez has a good game tonight. I'm going to watch that. I think that's what me and Bains are going to be doing, looking at Darwin Núñez, because Manchester United had a link to him, and then obviously we can start painting a bit more of a picture. I watched him in the first leg. I liked what I saw.
Champions League.
Yeah. He got to the final with Dortmund.
Oh crap! He's been at 2 finals, Liverpool already, innit?
Yeah, 2 finals Liverpool already, and then he lost to Dortmund when they could have beaten Bayern that year. I was at uni that year. Yeah, that was 2014.
That's almost the 3 best teams in the world in England. 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And the thing is that this ain't Prem bias kind of thing. I genuinely believe those 3 teams are levels ahead. Not levels ahead, but I think the 2 teams at the top, City and Liverpool, are better than everyone else comfortably. Yeah. And then I think Chelsea are in that bracket where I don't think they can beat the likes of City and Liverpool, but they still kind of need to have a bit more kind of thing. And
it's like Liverpool, Chelsea are like Chelsea are like an A, but Liverpool and City are like an A star.
Yeah, and it's understandable because this ain't Thomas Tuchel's team completely, is it?
Yeah,
this is Pep's team. This is Klopp's team.
Yeah, 100%. United Spurs America says Darwin's like a younger, faster Cavani. You want him for Spurs. I see that comparison. I get it. Chelsea are not in that category. I feel like
they're in a category underneath kind of.
They can beat them though on an off day. Like they can. A lot of other teams don't really do that. They're not in that category the same as them. But
wait, I swear Chelsea Liverpool every single time this season has been in draw in 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because obviously Liverpool won the Carabao Cup final, but that was on pens.
Yeah. The draw at Chelsea, and then what was the score at Anfield?
The draw at Anfield, isn't it? The Flames red card.
Yeah, blimey. So exactly. It's just because Chelsea don't play as much as attractive football. People like degrade it a bit. But that's not what it is. It's about results. It's about results.
Exactly. Result trophies.
Baines, what you got to plug, man?
I don't even know.
Nah, you don't know watch along tonight or nothing?
Nah. You see Champions League, that's the one thing I'm kind of like, you just want to watch it kind of thing, innit? Not talk at the same time.
Yeah, but
that's pretty much it. And then maybe probably a show with Deluded tomorrow night because his birthday today.
Oh yeah, big up Deluded's birthday. Yeah, big up. Big 27. Love that. Well, people, thank you for watching. Make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button. Never a Foul. Hopefully we'll be on 2,500 by tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Those score predictions. We just said both English wins. I'm actually going to go Liverpool 2-1. I think Benfica are going to score looking at them teams. They're going to have to bring some players off the bench. So Liverpool 2-1. And I'm going to go...
I'm going to City 1-0, Liverpool 2-1.
2-1 Liverpool, 1-0, 1-0 City. I'm going to do the same. 1-0 City and 2... Are we going... What is that you say? 1-0 City and 2-1... Yeah. 1-0 City,
I'll be honest, I think it'd be easy for City, innit? But the scoreline might not reflect it.
There you go. I think that is it. There you go. I might have to have a little look and see what the odds are on that. A little double there. 2-1 Liverpool, 1-0 City. But like I said, people, make sure you do smash the like and subscribe button. You can also subscribe to the Manchester United channel in the description below. The Man City channel also in the description below. And then follow us on Never a Foul on all the platforms. You can follow myself, TyrantMC __. Statman Bains, and all his content is on Twitch as well. So big up, people. I'm not going to lie. Silently, we're all hoping for a Benfica and Darwin Núñez masterclass. But let's see what happens.